The White House is more than a building. It is a symbol of the American presidency and a living piece of history. But its story is far more complex than what we see today. The journey began in 1792, when the young United States needed a new capital, and it needed a permanent home for the nation's president. The location along the Potomac River was a political compromise. It balanced the interests of northern and southern states, but the land was difficult. It was swampy, humid, and full of mosquitoes. Despite these challenges, the site was chosen for its symbolic value. To select the building's design, a national competition was held. Irish-born architect James Hoban won with a Georgian-inspired plan. His design used classical symmetry and simple proportions. It expressed the ideals of a young and democratic nation. Construction, however, was slow and demanding. Materials were limited, and resources were stretched thin. The workforce included skilled free craftsmen from Europe. Scottish stonemasons, Irish carpenters, and French artisans all contributed. But many workers were enslaved African Americans. They hauled stone, cut timber, made bricks, and shaped the early structure. Their names were rarely recorded. Their contributions often ignored. Yet the White House stands today because of their labor and skill. By 1800, the building was still unfinished when President John Adams moved in. The rooms were cold, empty, and incomplete. Abigail Adams famously used the large East Room to hang clothes. It was the only warm place in the mansion. When Thomas Jefferson became president, he brought major improvements. He added terraces, improved the gardens, and completed unfinished interiors. Slowly, the once isolated house became the center of a growing capital. But in 1814, the War of 1812 brought disaster. British forces entered Washington and set fire to government buildings. The White House burned, destroying almost everything inside. Only the thick stone walls survived the flames. Many feared the building would never be rebuilt. But America chose restoration over abandonment. It was a symbolic act of resilience and national pride. James Hoban returned to rebuild the mansion. The exterior stone was stained with smoke and fire damage. Workers painted it white to cover the marks. This color gave rise to the name the White House. In the decades that followed, the building continued to evolve. The north and south porticos were added, completing Hoban's vision. Technological upgrades transformed life inside. Gas lighting was added. Later, electricity replaced it. Plumbing improved. Each president left a mark through decoration or reconstruction. Meanwhile, historians uncover the stories of enslaved workers. For generations, their role had been hidden or minimized. Today, their contributions are recognized through research and public education. Their work is an essential part of the White House story. In the modern era, the White House serves many roles. It is a home for the president and family. It is an office where decisions shaping the world are made. It is a museum visited by millions. And it is a symbol of American leadership worldwide. Security, technology, and infrastructure continue to evolve. Yet, the building preserves its historical heart. The White House stands as a reminder of the nation's past. It remains the center of leadership in the present, and it symbolizes hope and progress for the future. The story of the White House is the story of America, its struggles, its achievements, and its ongoing journey.